Hey friends, so I wanted to do a video today just to kind of go over how we homeschool, some of the things that we use, and some of our approaches and just kind of different ideas that we have as far as homeschooling our two 6-year-olds. Both have special needs, both have learning challenges and attention deficit. And we take a very eclectic, very holistic approach to homeschooling when they are very young. We are more, I should say, because I am the primary educator, but we take a more unschooling approach. We take a play-based approach to kindergarten, and that's what we've done this year. We've done very little workbook work. We do a lot of play. We do a lot of sensory. We do a lot of fine motor and gross motor um, sort of activities to get them so that they are able. So, like for Sammy, for example, he has a difficult time holding things in his hand, holding pens, pencils, crayons, scissors, things like that, and using those fine motor skills. So we are really honing in on that this year. We are working with him on coloring and drawing and using scissors and crayons and pencils and things like that. So I wanted to go ahead and show you some things that I actually just got in an order from Amazon, just some supplemental things that I ordered, just to kind of give you a glimpse into a few things that we use or that I'm using right now. And I just kind of wanted to give you guys that sort of insight into our day. This is by no means an all, you know, everything that we do or what we do on a daily basis regularly. These are just some things that we incorporate and just a few ideas of the things that we do. Okay, so let's get the day we went first. And it's just a really super cute alphabet book. This is one of the books that we will be using in the near future. We have several books. Books are kind of our primary sort of, in a way, schooling. We have lots of Usborne books. We have lots of the tabs that you pull up and you look under and you get facts. We have lots of science-based books and just different facts books and lots of fun things as far as like dinosaurs for Sammy and princesses and fairies for Leah. They are very interested in those types of books, and I am very happy to accommodate them with those fun books like that because it gets them interested in reading and it really gets our juices flowing and makes them think, and it sparks conversations and questions. And essentially, our day is filled with answering lots and lots and lots of questions. If we don't know the answer to those questions, we look them up using Google. But we have lots of books that we can choose from. So I am not going to show you everything that we use. I am just going to show you a few things that I actually recently got because these are the things that I just pulled out of the box that I literally just opened last night. So this is something that we are going to use very soon. These are just ABC flashcards, but instead of using them as flashcards, I actually bought them to put them up on the wall, kind of like a border like you would have in a classroom. Typically, I try not to emulate classrooms in general. I try to have just a different approach in our schooling, especially when they're so young. But I like having visuals. I feel like visuals for my kids are essential for their learning. And so if these are up on the wall in their playroom, in our front room where all of our toys are, it is just going to be so much easier if Sammy is playing with, say, cars, for me to pop in and say, hey, Sammy, cars, what letter does that sound make? What letter is that? What letter sounds like k? And then Sammy can go to the wall and point out the C, or I can, or Leah can. And it's just kind of that reinforcement of those letters because my kids both have short-term memory challenges. And so they have a hard time getting that information in and then retaining it. And so if we constantly have these visual reminders, then it is just so much more helpful and it just gives them a better chance to really retain that information that they're taking in. So we like lots of visuals. So I actually ordered several posters. These posters, I'm not super crazy on the colors of them because they are primary colors, which is fine, but I liked the colors of these because they just were more natural. They just were warmer. These tend to remind me more of like a classroom, but that's okay. Because they're bright and bold, and I think they will really help. So this one has the months of the year, and what I like about these is that they can be they can be up vertical or they can be horizontal. So I am just going to show you a few of them. They there's numbers, there's shapes. Sorry for the angle. There's fish shapes, and again, you can do it horizontally. There are there's the alphabet with the corresponding picture of what the sound is, what the beginning sound is. We have colors, we have numbers, we have days of the week, and so there's just a ton of visuals for them, and those are things that we can go over on a kind of on a daily basis. So instead of my kids, you know, instead of us just sitting down and being like, okay, we're going to go over this like circle time, or you would like in a typical classroom, these are things that we can just point to, we can point out, we can integrate them into our play and things like that. And that tends to work better with my kids and the way that we do school. Everybody does their homeschool differently, but my way of doing it is just and works for my kids. And so right now we're doing tons of play-based. We integrate our learning into our play and vice versa, and it is what works for them right now. Next year we'll do a little bit more sit down time, but for now, my primary goal is to really instill a love of learning in my children and a thirst for knowledge, if you will. And so it helps that I am not nagging them to sit down, sit down, sit down, and you have to do this right now, and you have to learn this right now. It helps that we take a more laid back approach because of my kids' learning disabilities and because of some of their challenges. This works best for them, which is why we chose to homeschool them. I have homeschooled my older kids off and on, not every year, because we've just decided each year to take it 1 year at a time and one child at a time. So I've had kids in school and homeschool at the same time. I've had kids in private school and kids in public school. We have just done the gamut of education. And it basically just depends on the child. And that's what we go off of. So that's just kind of I know everybody has a difference of opinion, but that's just what works for us. So that's what we do. This is another recent purchase that I just got. This is the scratch art, and what I like about this is Samuel has a really difficult time with fine motor skills, and so he does not he's very resistant to sitting down and tracing numbers and tracing letters and his name and things like that. And he's also resistant to coloring and drawing because it's very difficult for him. But he loves to sit down. These come, I don't know if I have the wooden stylus in this one. I bought 2 boxes, one for Leo, one for Sammy. I typically try to, if it's something like this, buy each one, because otherwise they will fight over them. But what I like about this is it comes with the wooden styluses, and then you take the paper and you scratch designs into it. And it is so great for fine motor skills because while he doesn't realize it, he's actually making these designs by holding the stylus just in a certain way. And I really try to gently correct him when he's holding it to make sure that he is holding it properly so that he can control his movement better. And so this is great for that. We also have, and I don't think I have them right next to me. I don't know what Leah did with them. I bought some special scissors because Samuel also has a really difficult time with scissors and cutting. And so I bought some special craft scissors. I wish I could find them. I thought I had them sitting here and I don't. And they are perfect for him because he actually loves to use them and to cut designs because they have the little squiggly lines. And so they're like pinking shears, but they're crafting scissors. And so he loves that. So he can do that and he doesn't realize it, but he's also, building up a strength in his fingers and learning that precision and really working on the opening and closing and all of those things. So that has been wonderful too. I also bought a big, huge carousel of crayons, and I don't know where those are either. Leah, I think, has taken a few things and hidden them. And so I have to find them. But I also bought that and some basic white paper for them to do different, um, drawings on their own, things that they want to draw. Leah loves to draw, and I will encourage her if she wants to draw a picture, then we will talk about the picture and maybe put a story. Anyways, to it. That is kind of what we do. I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little glimpse into what homeschooling is like for us and how we do things in general. I definitely have days where we get way more done than others. It's just kind of a tug and pull situation, and it just kind of is dependent on the kids, their behavior that day, and what's going on otherwise. So, anyways, I hope that gave you a little bit of insight into our day of homeschooling. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell so you get notifications when I have a new video up. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.